Welcome to
The Ghouls Room.
I am your host, Jilly, and I am here with...
Your co-host, Jessy.
And today, we're going to be getting to know you. Getting to know us.
No, we're going to get to know the audience.
So, this is our spooky, creepy, cryptid little podcast where we're going to be reading stories, real, fake, fiction, books, Reddit, everything.
A real stew.
Real stew.
A real mix.
So we are going to give you a little introduction of us as your hostess and co-hostess or hoster.
Honorary hostess.
Honorary hostess. And so, Jesse, do you want to talk about what interests you?
I was going to go first anyway because I'm the older brother.
I think you should. Okay.
I have the right.
You do. You were born first.
Well, I have pretty much always been into the spooky, scary monsters, all that. Probably started with dinosaurs and then branched out from there. Anything monstrous really caught my eye. Had a big lake monster phase. Branched out to all the other cryptids and UFOs. Ghosts on and off, depending on my interest. But yeah, fiction, real. I've always been drawn to all that. Am a commensurate coward, terrible at horror video games, but I love them. I think that's why I gravitate more towards the truer stories, or supposedly true stories, or found footage movies because they feel a little more real. So yeah, I'm excited to cover all that sort of stuff. How about you?
Well, I feel like being the younger sister, I feel like I have been molded into the horror vibe. I remember when I was really little, I liked Cars.
The Object or the Pixar?
No, the Object. Oh, okay. I liked Cars. I mean, the Pixar is great too, but that didn't come out till later on.
Just making sure.
Yeah, but I liked Cars. And so I saw a movie on, and it said The Garage. And I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be lit. I was like, this is going to be my shit. I love Cars. This is going to be amazing. I couldn't read yet, and it was The Grudge. So that was my first experience with horror movies. Terrifying. Jeepers Creepers, so scared of that. But yeah, I have a love for cryptids, and I feel like that is thanks to you being my brother, molding me into the little cool chick I am today. But yeah, I love all the cryptids, and I swear I've seen Mothman, but that'll come another day. You will hear about that. But I love it. Scary movies, all of that. So I'm excited to be reading some true stories and some fiction stories and just anything that, makes you think before you go to bed.
I'm the worst with that. I can't watch... Well, like movies I can watch before bed, but like scary, like top 5 scariest ghost sightings, like the supposedly real stuff, I can't watch that before bed.
For the longest time, I couldn't watch Scooby-Doo in the dark because I was like, that's terrifying. But I love I like when you have those feelings of, oh, I'm terrified now. One story as a kid, though, I could never, to this day, it still makes me scared to walk to my house in the dark, is the Black-Eyed Children. Oh, we'll talk about that later. But that would scare the crap out of me. Like thinking about Black-Eyed Children just coming to your door and like asking to use your phone. I don't know. Don't let them in. Never let them in your house.
Don't talk to strangers, whether they're children or grown-ups.
Children are the scariest, okay? I think I'd rather be haunted by a full adult than to be haunted by a child. Yeah. It's terrifying. Yeah. It's very scary. I have a disclaimer that we do have a mini co-host in the background. We have 2. Yeah. You may hear the dog, and you may hear the baby. Either one, they are not ghosts.
Her baby, my dog,
yes,
to be clear.
Yes. They act the same. You can't tell them apart, but that is fine. All right. So I have a few icebreaker questions just for,
breaking the ice.
Breaking the ice. I want to, I want to get to know you. I want to,
nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice.
Let's get to know each other.
Let's get to know each other. Let's be friends. So my first one, this is a really tough one for me because I think they're both terrifying in different ways.
Interesting.
So, would you rather
Okay.
be in a submarine in the deep sea,
No.
or in what's it called? Plane in the plane in the plane in the sky.
Plane in the sky.
What is that?
Submarine.
No, not a plane in the sky. What's where? No, what's an astronaut in? Yeah, but what are
A spaceship?
I was gonna say a space plane.
Would you rather be in a submarine or a space plane?
Yes.
Okay. I was really sold on submarine, but yes, space plane is also. I think I'd rather be an astronaut for 2 reasons. It would be cooler. Mm-hmm. You could see Earth instead of just like seeing pitch black nothing underwater.
Fair.
And
submarine has lights.
Yeah, but like you can't really see much.
That's fair.
You're going to see some dark water or the beautiful, stunning vista of Earth that makes you realize how small your place in the universe is and connects you more to your fellow man because you see how insignificant all our problems are.
See, that's deep. Like the water of the submarine.
Not like that. I mean, that's the thing like astronauts talk about. So, 1, the view would be much nicer.
That's fair.
2, actually, now that I'm about to say it, it might lead me back towards submarine. I was going to say, submarine, if something goes wrong, you die, like, way quicker. Whereas in space, you'd probably, like, run out of air or freeze or something. And I feel like that'd be slower. Which was initially a pro in my book. But now that I'm saying it, like, I guess I'd rather see it coming than be, like, crushed to death under the weight of the ocean.
That's a good choice. I was thinking I'd rather get sucked out of like the side of like a spaceship hole than to like drown.
Oh, true.
I love water. I hate the idea of drowning.
Yeah.
I think that's terrifying. So I think that's my biggest thing of why I'd rather go to space. But also space is terrifying because what if something goes wrong and you can't come back to Earth? But you don't die right away either because you just start losing all your food and oxygen and no one can come to get you.
Or you're outside of the ship and you jet the wrong way and just go floating off.
Zathura. Have you seen that?
I don't think I have.
Oh, the astronaut guy? It's like Jumanji for It's a good movie, but you'd be like him in the space. Yeah. All right, this is a good one, okay? Would you rather be a werewolf's lunch or a vampire's assistant?
So dead or a slave? I guess I'd rather be a slave.
That's fair. But you're also his snack. So, okay.
Honey,
let me put it this way.
A snack.
Would you rather die terribly, not quick, from a werewolf, slowly being eaten apart at once?
That's terrible. Why would anyone pick that one?
Or would you rather have a vampire slowly feed on you for 100 years? Each time is painful, though.
Yeah, but like...
And it's just elongated. Painful a lot.
I mean, you probably still have, like, some personal time. You know, the vampire's got to sleep during the day. So you got to run errands. You can probably get out a little bit.
Fair.
I'm still siding with vampire.
That's fair.
That seems like an easy
I
one
also would side with vampires because the werewolf just sounds way more painful.
Yeah, I don't want to get mauled to death.
Because like at least you reproduce blood.
Yeah.
Like I don't. If you die from a werewolf, you'll just die from a werewolf. All right, this next one. This is not a would you rather. This is just a simple question.
Okay.
Who is your favorite villain?
Ooh, that's a tough one. All right. I'm gonna give 2. Darth Vader, obviously classic, hard to beat.
Fair.
You know, iconic design, great voice. You know, it's what you want in a villain: dark, imposing.
And he's a parent. That's scary.
Yeah, back to kids. And then I'm gonna say the Cenobites from Hellraiser because I don't know. I just really like Hellraiser, and they're really cool.
That's a good movie. I've never seen it fully, though. But
Oh,
he's the one with the motorcycle, the red guy.
The red guy with the motorcycle.
Is that not Hellraiser?
Who are you talking about?
The red guy that has the 2 horns cut off on the motorcycle, and he's all red. He's a devil.
He's all red, and he's
all red. He looks like Hulk, but like the devil Hulk.
Hellboy?
Yeah.
No, not
That's
Hellboy.
Oh, are you talking about Pinhead?
Pinhead.
Oh, I haven't seen that either.
I don't know if Hellboy has a motorcycle. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Is that not his famous thing?
He's also not a villain. He's a good guy.
Huh. He looks scary, you know? I thought you were going to go with...
Good movies, but not...
Not the right ones, clearly. I thought you were going to go with Bane.
Oh.
Because that's my favorite. If we were to tie in villains in Halloween costumes, I would say Bane, because that was my favorite... Comic-Con? Was that your Comic-Con look? That was my favorite. That was a good one.
Yeah, all the Batman movies have been pretty good with villains.
That was good. I like funny villains. I'd be so basic by saying this, but the Joker. But like Keith Joker, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's a classic for a reason.
Him in that nurse dress. It was
icon.
You know? Icon. Iconic. You know, clock it. Iconic. Mm-hmm. Okay, so, and then this kind of ties in to it, but what then is your favorite scary movie?
Girl, I've got a spreadsheet of like 500 horror movies.
Okay, so if you
think I can pick one?
All right, you're on death row for something you never did, okay? Because you're a good man, and I love you.
I would be falsely accused.
But falsely accused, death row, you have one movie to watch while you eat your last meal, and it has to be a horror movie. What would you choose?
My gut instinct is to say one of the VHS movies because it's an anthology, so you get multiple stories, so it's more bang for your buck for one horror movie.
That's fair.
And it is found footage, which is my favorite horror genre.
So good.
Now, which VHS is the best? I haven't seen the most recent one. Definitely not 3. Either VHS 2 or 94, I think, are probably... I would say one of those if I absolutely had to.
All right. I think for me, it would be The Ring. Very classic. Scary. Samara is the scariest. Like, that's why children are scary.
I mean, yeah, another icon.
I thought they were like, helping her and everything. And then she was crazy. Like, what? We were saving you from the well. Like, I don't understand that switch. But
I heard recently there was a deleted subplot from the movie where I think it was a very small part of the movie, but she, like, at the end of the movie ends up giving the tape to, like, a serial killer or something to kill him.
Wow.
But apparently they cut it because the character showed up, like super early on in the movie and then just, like, briefly at the end. And the test audiences were like, where was that character? I thought he was going to show up more, so they cut it. But I thought that was really interesting. Ooh. Random Ring fact for the day.
There is, I heard, it's not very well known, but there is a movie that has...
There's a lot of movies.
The
Ring versus The Grudge.
Yes! I just found out about this.
Yeah.
I heard it wasn't great, but I haven't seen it, so I can't make that opinion. I can't throw Rotten Tomatoes. I don't know.
I feel like most versus movies are good.
To a point.
They're entertaining, but they're not good.
Yes, perfect.
So that's... I also really want to read the books that The Ring is based on, because apparently it gets into, like, weird, like, simulation alternate universe stuff where the ghost is, like, actually a virus or something, like, really weird, like, almost sci-fi bent to it.
Ooh,
but it
like
sounds
that.
interesting.
I read a book very similar called The Girl from the Well, and it was basically the same concept. She died basically the same way that the Samara died from The Ring.
Girl in the Well.
But what she did is she killed people that hurt children. Oh. So there was more, so, like, she wasn't really an evil spirit, but she looked evil because of the situation, you know. But yeah,
we stand ghosts that kill child abusers.
Honestly, I stand on a lot of things.
Put that on the record.
Put that on the record. Ghosts may kill child abusers. Okay. From 1 to 10, 10 being 100%, I definitely believe in it. 1 being, I think it's complete bullshit. It's fake. Where do you stand on cryptids? Or is it a by each case?
It definitely varies per case, because some are a lot more, like, obviously fake or obviously, like, believable. Overall, on average, though, I guess I'd say around 7 or 8. Like, I don't know if we want to expand this to, like, all paranormal stuff in general, but in most cases of things, I'm of the opinion that they could exist. I think it would be really cool, and I want them to. But also, I rarely believe any evidence of
actually
it.
Exists.
Like seeing like UFO videos and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's obviously
so
fake.
being skeptical. Would you say you are in fact a skeptic?
Yeah, like
for paranormal, let's say paranormal.
Yeah, I want stuff to be real, but if I ever see things, I'm like trying to figure out like, could this be fake? Could how could this have been done? Is it possible? Is there any alternate explanation?
Have you personally had any supernatural experiences?
No, pretty boring. I'm not going out into any spooky houses at night or out in the woods to see a monster. Are you kidding me?
So that being said, to our fan base, if you are local in New England area, drop places that you want to see us go to.
This wasn't in the contract.
And
where's my agent?
And maybe we will go to these places because I think we need to get Jesse to see something spooky.
I'd rather not.
I myself have only had one encounter with, I would say, the see-through sorts, the spooky kind. I was in the kitchen at Mom's house, okay? It was 3 a.m. I came home late from hanging out with some friends. I was in the kitchen.
Rowdy teenager.
It was snack time. It was 3 a.m. snack time in the kitchen.
We've all been there.
And I was like, what do I want? And you know what? I smelled some paprika. I sneezed. I don't know. It could have been any seasoning, but I sneezed, okay? And mind you, everyone was asleep. My mom passed out. Well, asleep. Mom was asleep. And I heard this woman, and it was like a sing-song.
No, that's your baby.
Oh my goodness. I thought that was a ghost. I heard like a sing-song woman say, "God bless you." And I was so scared.
I would never go in the house again.
I was so scared because literally I wasn't hanging out with friends. I came back from camping. So when I went camping, I went to a consignment shop and I found a hobo clown ventriloquist dummy.
You were asking to be haunted.
Yeah, I think I was asking to be haunted.
You were 100% asking to be haunted.
But I thought, though, if I gave him a good, loving home, that, he would subside with the ghost stuff. But that was not the case because she scared the living crap out of me. It was terrifying. But so I don't have a lot of experience. That's my main experience. And besides that, we have like people close to us that have had experiences and all that. So I can't 100% say. Even though I experienced that, I don't know if I 100% even say that I believe in ghosts because it could have been so many things. Like maybe an old woman from the nursing home down the road got lost and she was in my house at 3 a.m. I don't know. It could be anything. And who am I to say, It
was 3 a.m. Maybe you were just so sleep deprived.
Right.
You're hearing voices.
So I think a good way to end our first little episode would be to read you ready for this?
I was born ready.
A spooky dooky fan story. Well, this is the Ghouls room after all.
I let it show on the record I opposed this name. Spooky dooky submissions.
And that's why he is the co-host.
Also, our format will probably, change up in the future. Obviously, in the first episode, we'll get to know you. I'm not going to do that every time. Probably gonna have more of a mix of things, but yeah, let's do a submission today.
So our first submission is from a future listener. This is from Andrew. I'm not gonna say the last name just in case.
So they're a time traveler.
Yeah, so they are a time traveler. They emailed us and said, "Hey, I'm gonna be listening to your podcast."
It's not out yet, but I'm already a huge fan.
I'm already a huge fan. Come to my home city. Record for us. This first submission that we're going to read by Andrew is called Bigfoot Encounter at Alder Creek in Washington State.
Okay.
Thank you, Andrew, for writing in.
Yeah, Pacific Northwest is the hottest of hotbeds. for Sasquatch activity.
This is an experience I assumed was an intense dream for decades. When I was younger, I kept a journal, and over the years, I actually wrote the story down. Sorry, it's kind of funny. Okay. Anyways.
That makes sense, because, like, if you think it's a dream and then you go back and, like, read that you actually wrote about it when you were a kid, it's like, oh, I wasn't just imagining things. Like, here's proof that I was thinking about it.
I actually wrote the story down about 4 times.
Jeez.
But never told anyone else.
Fair.
Then last year, some 40 years after the event, I mentioned to my brother if he remembered our family camping in a specific area at about the time I had my quote-unquote intense dream. Not only did he remember the camping site, but he shared with me something that he thought was a weird dream of his, right? Which just happened to corroborate the experience I never shared with him. Here is the experience unintentionally corroborated by my brother almost 40 years later.
That's wild.
Growing up, our family loved camping.
Do you think they also bought ventriloquist dummies while they were out?
I don't know. 40 years ago, that was probably the hype of ventriloquism, okay? We lived in southeast Washington State, Tri-Cities area. The part of Washington that is not what you imagine when you think of Sasquatch country. We would leave the scrub and farmland to visit forests around Spokane to the north of Moses Lake and Leavenworth to the west. My dad would guide us boys in making fires and cooking hot dogs, which when you're camping are never fully cooked until they've been dropped twice. And Mom would organize everything and make the site feel like a slice of home.
Aww.
Even though we love each other dearly now, at the time my brothers and I had a rather energetic relationship. So much so that my parents invested in a gigantic tent, specifically chosen because it was large enough for each of the 4 brothers to be relegated to their own wall and separated from the others by
That'd be
plenty.
if we went camping.
Oh, literally. That's still now if we go camping. So each brother had their own wall and separated from the others by plenty of space and camping equipment. At the time of this event, the brother who shared this experience with me and I were on opposite sides of this massive tent, as far away from each other as my parents could manage. Sounds like true brothers right there. Alder Creek, not actually the name, was a camping area nestled on the western edge of the Columbia Plateau, with fishing streams and hiking trails, and plenty of that particular kind of ground built from centuries of dropped pine needles and decaying plant matter. It feels almost like matting underfoot rather than anything more solid. Kind of like spongy, I would say.
Yeah.
We have that near our house. Yeah. And it takes some digging to get to actual dirt. After a bit of rain, it almost squeaks underfoot as you walk. Imagine just squeak, squeak, squeak. No sneaking up in these woods. My dad would read Sherlock Holmes by firelight or flashlight and share stories of his childhood in Montana. Oh, that's really sweet. My mom would tell us funny stories about the campfire songs we'd sing, or share her own stories about growing up as a kid, whose dad worked on the Manhattan Project at the Hanford site in Washington State.
Damn.
Space Rangers, Victorian detectives, and science heroes filled our thoughts rather than the typical monsters and ghosts kids from normal families would hear about. On this particular night, we, quote-unquote, battened down the hatches, as my parents would say, locking the food away according to the proper forest rangers guidelines, making sure every dish was cleaned and packed properly.
Yeah, probably worried about bears up there.
Yeah, probably a lot of bears. And the fire was dead and cold. So not just dead, Needed to be blue, okay? Cold. And went to bed in the massive tent just like normal. What do you want? My sleeping bag was right against the outside wall, and after the typical rustling about, I fell asleep. Sometime later, I do not know the time, but I do remember the even, deep breathing of my parents, and how quiet it was outside. I woke and instantly felt a bit weird. I do not remember why I woke, but I do remember that I was struck by the intensity of the quiet outside. No crickets, no typical nocturnal sounds. My parents were lifelong educators, so yes, nocturnal was a word already in my young vocabulary. As it should, honestly. I think that's very well of your parents.
Yeah.
Then, as my senses focused on the world outside the tent, there was some noises which made me freeze as still as I possibly could. At first, I thought it was a bear, and this terrified me. What if they eat me? What if they eat my parents? What if they eat my brothers? Oddly.
He probably wouldn't have been too upset at that point.
Yeah, right. Be like, oh, that one? That's good. Whatever. Oddly, the last thought didn't bother me all that much.
Okay.
We figured. Admittedly, not an accomplished naturalist, I had watched Grizzly Adams and Mutual of Omaha, so I thought I knew what a bear might sound like while breathing. I also knew that bears only walked on two legs in circuses or special stunts on the TV. The thing I thought might be a bear did neither of these two things. It sounded like it was walking like a person, and it breathed very quietly. Was it a thief or a lost camper? Should I try to wake my parents? If it walked on two legs, if it breathed so softly, why had I assumed it was a bear? Then it struck me. The ground outside was making, with each footfall, the odd resonating thumping or quiet squeak that only comes from something big walking on old-growth forest floor. I knew how that would sound when I stepped on it, or my dad, and this was loud enough I could hear it from inside the tent. That meant whatever, was out there was heavy. Instead of a bear's huffs, I heard curious snorts. It sounded like objects were being shifted softly, subtly. The sound of great weight pressing into the forest floor moved around our campsite, near my side of the tent, then gradually moved away. I was absolutely petrified. As the sounds of the movement shifted farther away, my brain went into overdrive, trying to convince me this was all a dream. An insanely vivid dream. I hardly dared to breathe, and begged the heavens with everything I had that no one would hear my pounding heart. After a moment or two longer, I heard a cricket near where our car was parked. Then another one. I heard what I thought was a rustle of wings deeper in the forest, and the normal sounds of night came back. The next thing I remember was waking up to the smell of my mom's bacon and eggs and dad's pancakes. Oh, I like when they each have their own thing that they make. That's kind of goals.
Can't be scared anymore when there's bacon
Right.
and eggs cooking.
Right, that's not... And pancakes? That's the least scariest food ever. I scribbled something down about the weird dream when we got home a few hours later, and never mentioned it out loud. Until last year. My brother and I were talking about something completely unrelated when I mentioned our family camping trip growing up. Do you remember Alder Creek? I asked. Oh, yes. Going there was so much fun. He continued on about fishing in the streams near the campground, how amazing the food was, and how much of a miracle it was that none of us ever got sick when we ate those hot dogs. Then, he said, I doubt you would remember, but there was one trip we went on that something weird happened. It was when I was 12 and you were about 8. Do you remember that summer? A little, I said, trying not to lead the conversation. Why? Well, you're not going to believe it, but I think Sasquatch paid us a visit. No way, I said, not looking at him. Tell me about it. Well, you and I were still sentenced to opposite tent walls, and it... That's funny. And it was really late at night. Everyone was asleep, and for whatever reason, I woke up long after everyone else had passed out. I thought someone was messing with the picnic table, and I was pissed, as that was our stuff, you know? I heard someone quietly moving about outside, and I only got scared when I realized they had to be a grown-up, like a really big grown-up. It sounded like they were checking everything out, and I don't know why I thought they were so big, but I'm convinced they were big and heavy. I wanted to say something, but I got scared and prayed they would leave. In the morning, Dad asked Mom if she had put everything away last night, and when she said yes, he looked confused. He said it looked like someone may have fiddled with the stuff. He was convinced they had put away correctly. But since nothing was missing or damaged, and there was no other evidence of anybody messing around, he shrugged and dismissed it. I didn't say anything because I thought, or hoped, rather, that my experience was just a dream. It was weird, though. That's when I told him about my own quote-unquote dream from the same camping trip. We are now convinced that something that could move with the coordination of a person, but was as heavy as a bear, paid our campsite a visit. The fact that my brother had that experience from the other side of the tent, that we had never talked about this before, and that my dad noticed something, quote-unquote, fiddling the next morning, those things coming together with my own written recollections managed to give me a small patch of goosebumps.
Yeah.
That's great. That's a crazy story.
Oh, is that the end of it?
Yeah.
Whew.
That's rough.
Yeah.
And
geez.
the fact that you never said anything for 40 years and he brings it up.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Like, I 100% believe that happened because, yeah, bringing it up, and it's not like he asked the brother about it. The brother brought it up, and it wasn't like leading questions or anything.
Right, he literally asked, why?
Yeah.
No leading, no, why'd you hear what I heard? Like,
it's also one of those things where, like, even if it wasn't Bigfoot, it's not great either way. Like, it's still terrifying.
Right, if it wasn't Bigfoot, was
like
there
some random giant stranger messing with your stuff?
Heavy stranger lurking around.
A weird bear that was for some reason walking on 2 legs even though they never do. Like,
maybe a circus nearby. Like, I can't think of anything else that would be, because think about how big are bears? Like 800? Like, they must be. But yeah,
big.
Let's see. An American black bear typically weighs between 150 and 600 pounds. I'm gonna assume that the 150 is more of a baby, because that seems really light. But I will say, while brown bears, including grizzly bears, can range from 300 to 1,200 pounds. So I would say, obviously, I don't really know the type of bears that are in Washington. I bet it probably varies.
Yeah.
But that you're looking at a good anywhere between 150 pounds, which could be a person, all the way to 1,200 pounds.
Well, I think too, like they were saying, you've got your parents walking around, so you have a sense of what a normal adult, what kind of sounds they make walking around, and it was bigger than that either way.
Right, and on average, even if they're on the bigger side, there's no way they're over 350.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they're camping and super active...
Oh, by the way, my dad was morbidly obese.
Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And, like, even if he was, that's still... They're out camping every summer. Like, looking at that, he seems, you know what I mean? He's probably in the 200 area, you know what I mean? Even early 300, that's still, and if you can hear it inside the tent, you know? Do you have any,
I don't know. That's terrifying. I don't want to go camping anymore.
So on that note, I just want to give an extra special thank you for Andrew to be our first listener, Spooky Dookie, on the podcast.
Well written, too.
Jesse is very against that, but I am claiming the Spooky Dookies, okay?
Not that any submissions have to be, like, well written, by the way. Well,
no, but
we're happy to get anything.
He is also an author, it looks like, to a lot of awesome books that we will leave in the description below if you want to see any more of his writing, which honestly, if you have any more stories, Andrew, feel free to send them in. And if you also would like to send us in any stories, very much appreciative.
Yes, please.
We are It's the Ghouls Room at gmail.com. And that is also our name on all of our socials. Feel free to, if writing is not your thing, you can send us a voice memo or a voice message, and we will play that directly on the pod.
We'll take your experiences in whatever format you want to send our way. And we'll have those linked in the description.
Everything will be linked for you. Link it up, get linked, have a spooky afternoon, spooky morning, spooky night.
Not a spooky night.
I
want you to sleep well.
Have a great
spooky afternoon, and then
a spooky afternoon,
an average night,
a nice, quiet,
peaceful night,
peaceful, average night. And thanks
for visiting the Ghouls Room.
Thank you. Flush on your way out.
That cannot be our tagline.